TV.
Nice.
Welcome.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Right on.
Hey, do you want to give folks on YouTube a little recap of what's what we got here?
So let's
what we're
start from
offering.
the beginning.
Boom. First
Julian.
up, and these are almost sold out.
This is Julian the Hooligan giving you a layout of Emerald City Comic Con.
Hello, YouTube TV. This is the Deathzilla Queen of Hell. It's $20. We only made 150, and Sean told us about 20-30 minutes ago we're under 10.
I'm gonna get an update.
Oh yeah, it might be. I might have to slap a sold out on that. Also next up is another great homage, Death Widow, and this is the homage to J.G. Jones' cover of Black Widow #1 from '98. And not to be confused, because we have to say this because people thought we made a Funko Pop years, 5 years ago, I think it was. This is an homage to the Marvel Legacy comics. This is a Death Widow, which is an homage to Black Widow. And we even were cool enough to include a little Build-A-Figure like they say sometimes do, but this is not a toy. This is an actual comic book. And this is...
You guys keep saying
we have to, because I didn't know anything about Jimmy told me. He's like, oh yeah, people thought we made a Funko Pop. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, we did. It's like, no, this is a
It's
comic book
confusing for
cover.
people. Confusing.
It's very confusing. Jim Ballant, a classic image of
May I interrupt you
Graveyard
just
Kiss.
for a moment?
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I
dun,
just
dun,
want to
dun.
let you know that with Deathzilla, we're down to the last two.
Oh,
Last two, last two.
left, guys.
Two left.
LadyDeathStore.com.
$20
LadyDeathStore.com.
Don't forget.
So down to the last two, and we're actually getting the numbers remaining on the last of the exclusives.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, if we were actually at Emerald City Comic Con, this would only be day 2. So
As well.
Emerald City opens on a Thursday, it goes all the way to Sunday, so we're getting close. We're getting the rundown on the balance of them.
Also, everyone's being entered into a raffle when they
Make a purchase with
make a
us.
purchase for this
We make
this
a
con.
purchase, we actually enter every 2 hours, every hour,
Names.
your name and your address, and you'll be entered into a raffle. And at 12:45 today, we're going to show you what you would be receiving in the raffle.
And they're really cool stuff. Really
Oh,
fun
yeah.
stuff we put in. Everyone was really
Couldn't
excited
believe
yesterday.
yesterday's win. I couldn't believe what you're giving away.
Well, in the interest of public health, we usually include condoms.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, that was a late edition.
yeah, you want to wrap that weasel and do the right thing.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe. That's the right way to say
And
it.
if you don't want to have kids, really be safe. There you go. Back to the
You really don't want to have
edition.
kids. Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
We have the Graveyard Kiss from Jim Ballant. This used to be a trading card, and this is now the first time we're presenting it as a comic cover. Also, we will be having the beautiful Hell Witch Risque Heartless Edition. This is a very risque cover since we had to do some censoring bars real quickly on it. And we only did 99 of this cover. That's right. They're going.
Oh, nip lip.
Nip slip. And then right here, here's some stuff that we sold out of first 10 minutes to hour. And these were also exclusive editions. We had the Emerald Gaze.
Emerald Gaze.
We have the Death Widow holofoil. These are our metal editions we have right now. A David Finch cover. Very beautiful piece. And these things, like I say, all our stuff are very limited. All have a serial number.
Yeah, this year we're doing the medals at 26 copies.
which
Why
is-
we're doing 26?
It's Lady Dev's
Business.
It's like this
26th
26th
anniversary.
Yep. Then we have the Jesse Witchman, who, if you didn't know, got us our first Lady Death comic in Antarctica,
Antarctica.
which thank you very much. And then we also have the Emerald Sensuality. Beautiful piece. I really like how the purple and green just, that's a really
It's a
nice
good combo.
piece.
Richard Ortiz really knocking it out of the box. Fully
He's
rendered
great work.
pencils and then color by Sandra Niven June, who is one of the defining colorists of our generation.
Great
Amazing.
stuff.
Too bad
Beautiful
it's sold
stuff.
out. Can't get it, folks.
Sorry, yeah,
Sorry.
sorry for rubbing it in there.
But I couldn't believe how fast. I was like, wow, that was
Yeah.
really fast.
But what can they get though? They
Right
can
here.
get they can get this,
There's
So-
two more
or
left
this.
of that.
or they can get the print version of
Let's
it.
talk about the prints.
Yeah.
All our prints are 11 by 17. We have 2 limited edition to only 50. This would be right here, the Emerald Sensuality.
Yeah, we will add a actual serial number at the bottom middle.
And everything is signed by Brian if you'd like it to be signed, and it's no extra charge for the signature.
And it is optional, yeah, you don't have to have them signed on it.
And here's another one we're going to be limiting to 50. And these are $20, I believe they were.
The limited editions are 20, and our prints otherwise are $16.
$16, and we have a Deathzilla. If you miss out on the comic, you got a great print to put on your wall. Brian is more than happy to sign that.
No
Then we
pressure.
also have the Death Widow, also beautiful print. And these things look great in those nice little sleeves they make. Where some guys like, I have so many prints, I don't know what to do with them. I was like, we'll put them back to back or put 3 in it, and you flip it out every month, and you got something new on your wall. So we have so
great
many
idea.
prints. And then right here, the Jim Balance Graveyard Kiss. This is
Classic.
really incredible. I love how her fingernails are like right in the back of the skull, just clamped on.
Oh, we got Mother Goose saying Deathzilla sold out.
Whoa! Wait, what?
Where's the countdown?
What?
Wait, let me confirm.
We'll see. We gotta get confirmed. Get confirmed.
Confirm.
Confirm.
Timothy says he thinks he got the last copy.
So LadyDeathStore.com, folks. LadyDeathStore.com. You can purchase everything here. You get entered into the raffle. Brian Pulido will do a free shipping, and you can also put in the notes if you want CGC Signature Series of Brian Pulido signature. We got it all here, folks. We got it all.
All right, regarding Deathzilla, please stand by for an announcement. Everybody, pucker time. Deathzilla, okay, Psycho Sean.
I'm glad all of you listened to us last night when we announced it, this morning when we announced it. If you see something you like, my own soft suggestion would be get it. Because Deathzilla sold out.
Sold out!
Sold out. Now, if you're thinking, oh my goodness gracious, there's still other things I want to get, maybe I'll wait till this afternoon, maybe I'll wait till Saturday.
I wouldn't wait.
I don't know if I would wait because
Moving over to
the
the sellout
section.
Sellout section.
Emerald Death Widow edition, we only have 47
47.
left.
Wow.
We only have 47 left.
Of a
And
250
even
run.
our Death Widow action figure, we
Less
only
than 20% of the print run left.
yes,
Less than 20%
almost
left.
gone, almost gone.
Wow.
The Graveyard Kiss edition.
Oh wow. Okay, same thing, man. We're down to
Wow.
like the last 15% of the print run.
Dun, dun,
And
dun.
as we know, the Deathzilla is sold out. Emerald Death Widow Holofoil is sold out.
Sold out.
We know that the Dragon
Still running.
Wars #1 Emerald Sensuality has been sold out.
Jeez.
Emerald Gaze has been sold out. For the Risque Heartless editions,
Less than 30% of the print run available.
less than.
Yeah.
So you like it,
Get it.
Come and get it.
get it. And then as we know, our metallic editions are all sold out. Sold out.
Sold.
Updates coming all day long.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate the business. We appreciate you watching us.
out.
Thank
Deathzilla
you.
out.
Wow, that's
I think one of the last selling opportunities for these is when we have our partner MacDonald Comics coming in. They had a little portion of the print run, and they'll be offering it live.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Last
it's
chance.
so it's a smaller element of the print run. It will occur to Saturday. So there's an allocation for Saturday for the paper-based comic books.
Wow.
The metal is sold.
That's it. That's
All
it.
right,
That's
come
all
and
she
get it.
wrote.
Go and get it.
Just remember, folks, a lot of people are still at work, so they are not ready to shop. They're waiting for the weekend. I wouldn't wait. Get on it now.
Get on it now. If you're at home, scoop it up before once it gets around 5 o'clock when people start getting home. Boom. Or even at noon when they're on their lunch breaks. Click, 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 click.
Well, we want to hard sell you, folks. It's all an option for you, but things are going great. The sale's pretty incredible. Here we are. Coffin Comics Con online. Coffin Comics nimbly moving from being at Emerald City Comic Con. We're sad that we're not. The event has been postponed. But we decided to present the fun and majesty and silliness of a comic book convention experience with Coffin Comics here. So if you take a look, we actually recreated our booth experience. And one of the things that we like to do is we actually premiere some brand new art. So behind you, you'll see this brand new art of La Muerta by Paulo Pantalena and R.F. Prianto, and that image is promoting the forthcoming La Muerta Retaliation Kickstarter coming to you in mid-May. As a fun little aside, today I just received a cover image by Joe Benitez related to this Kickstarter. We have a lot of incredible contributors. Coming to my mind, Diego Bernard, Sun K, Sora Song, Richard Ortiz, and many others. So
Awesome.
yeah,
That's
Retaliation
people.
is the 6th chapter in La Muerta's life, and it really culminates the initial broad storyline we've been telling. And it really answers the question in a horrific showdown between La Muerta, Maria Diaz, and Mama Z. Who will survive this pitched battle? Also here we're promoting Lady Death Malevolent Decimation, and it's our current Kickstarter, but additionally it harkens to Lady Death Chapter 12, which is called Treacherous Infamy. And we will be unveiling that via Kickstarter in August. So that storyline continues the trend of Lady Death being the villain in her own comic book. And I'm already getting the pages in for this, and it's crazy. I mean, what can I say? New Orleans, Mardi Gras, Lady Death on a parade float, unleashing hordes of the undead on
Oh,
the
hello.
population. I mean, there's no going back. We're really establishing her as a villain.
What a
And-
great place to have that happen at.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the end of the world begins at Mardi Gras. Can our heroes, La Muerta, Hellslinger, and Mujai prevent what's happening? And what of Johnny Devlin, the new character we've introduced? What side is he on? Who knows? You're gonna have to read it.
Oh yeah, that was a question too. Someone's asking, will Johnny have a little sidekick? Will he have something like Evil Ernie did? I guess with Smiley, I guess he was kind of saying
I
this.
see. You're really gonna have to read Johnny's story. This is the commonality between the character you mentioned and Devlin. They're younger. They espouse what I call splatterpunk energy. It's something I see completely missing in comics.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
And it just ruminates in my head. So splatterpunk was actually a literature movement that occurred in the late 90s and the late 80s and early 90s. Authors like Skip Inspector and Dave Scow did these very outrageously splatterific, violent storylines. They probably grew out of watching a lot of early 80s horror, which was extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what Johnny embodies a little bit is that ethos, that ethic. However, and he's younger. However, they're totally different characters. So I happened to be rereading Evil Ernie the Resurrection about a month ago, and I got a real kick out of it because I didn't go back. One doesn't go back and read their own material, but clearly that character Evil Ernie, as written during the Chaos era, was a prankster character. So throughout mythology and all of civilization, there always is the Joker. There's the king, and then there is the clown. And so he had that kind of quality. Johnny is different. Johnny is a wanderer. So it's a different character ethos. And I just invite people to kind of go along for the journey on the character because he is different. I mean, maybe the other commonality is that Johnny definitely comes from like a wholesale, an upbringing of wholesale abuse. I mean, it's outrageous. The kid is born into an apocalyptic death cult. He literally, up into the age of 18, has had no contact with the outside world. He doesn't know what TV is. He probably never had ice cream. He's lived on a pretty consistent diet of gruel. He's basically been a prisoner of a cult, of which his mother is the leader.
That's horrible for that.
So she's quite a poisonous mother character. We usually look to mothers to be nurturing and caring, but not this one. Yeah, mother appears, just bright and shiny as this angelic object, but she's cruel beyond measure. I mean, really, it's true, authentically evil. And our poor innocent Johnny is that's his background. So part of our story is him coming out into the world and how he experiences it. You get a little taste of that in Lady Death Malevolent Decimation.
And the first appearance of Johnny Devlin is?
Lady Death Malevolent Decimation #1, and the first ever cover of Devlin is on the Rogues Connecting cover set on the right now. And that's a cool image of him. So Johnny, as it turns out, is a gateway to another dimension or realm that is populated all by devils. And they're always trying to get outside his body, but they're tethered to him. And particularly in his origin, which we will see as its own story later in the year, perhaps it's the next year, has zero control over it. So he actually has zero control over his body. So imagine, I mean, in simple terms, it's sort of like, you know, you or I are people, but we have creature, the Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing, always trying to get out and can't, and you never know where it's going to appear, anywhere.
It's weird when you were mentioning this stuff. It reminded me of when Tetsuo and Akira couldn't control his powers and just morphing and just things, and absorbing things, and it's becoming just gross.
Yeah, and I totally acknowledge that that's an influence as well. And another influence for me would be Devilman.
Yeah.
I'm a big Go Nagai fan, and even Mazinger, strangely in design.
I love
So
Mazinger.
yeah, it's interesting. Those are literally that my main influences are Cronenberg's The Fly, The Thing, Akira, and Akira, you know, like not for scale, but really for what's happening with the body.
Yeah.
And then Devilman. Yeah, and then, you know, through my own twisted lens of type of characters I like to deal with. So yeah, I love him, and I tell people it's like he's only just about coming out now. Probably his story, the beginning of the story will be in your hands in May with Lady Death. But I've already been living with him for 2 years. You know, love him. I plan to tell his story for the foreseeable future.
Now, when you think of these characters and the ideas, because when I started here last year, you were telling me, it's like, oh, I know what I got. 12, 13, 14, you're like, I got everything plotted out way out to here.
Yeah.
Is it hard to contain that? It's like, oh God, I want to do it now, but I gotta wait.
Absolutely, it always is. Yeah, it always is. You know, I get people communicating with me. I think Billy did it earlier. He's like, I got a great idea for you. And I'm like, all right, look, I got 10 years of ideas I gotta get to. I'm really never a fan of staring at the blank page, so to avoid that, I get way ahead of myself. So I at least know the main plot points of what I'm looking to hit, and then keep filling in as time goes on. And it's, I've been ahead story-wise most of the time. So even in my former company, Chaos Comics, it folded in 2002, but I had storylines that went on for an additional year that were never published. And then, yeah, anytime I get on something, I tend to think in world building terms. So yeah, it goes out really a long period of time. So I mean, Lady Death, for real, no joke, is plotted for the next 10 years.
Bob Wren wants to know, do you have a hard time coming up with the names for new characters?
Coming up with the names is truly difficult, particularly in this day and age where so many cool names have been taken. So the answer is absolutely yes. It was a lot easier 30 years ago because no one had all these names.
Yeah.
It would be funny in the 90s as I'm producing new comic books and I'm coming up with a name, and then just like 1 month later, right before it'll hit the Diamond catalog, and like someone had gotten that name ahead of time.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, yes. The answer is yes. What I do though is I actually have a file simply called Cool Names. And as so I'm a bit of a repository as I walk through life. You know, I'm always sort of here and then sort of in another place, and I'm keeping my antenna open to kind of pick cool stuff, and then I get it right into it. I mean, it starts on my phone. I put the cool name in, and then it kind of gets over. So yeah.
Now, before they had like smartphones and everything like that, did you always have a notebook with you? Like, oh wow, that's or just a sheet of paper always on you?
I have an agreement with myself where I have one place where I write certain things, so I might keep it for the day, and then you know, at the end of the day, it gets kind of recapped. So yeah, pretty cool. Like, I mean, a lot of neat names I haven't been able to use yet, but yeah. So the answer is yes. It's not easy.
Oh, Vexen says, I love the Hell Witch name.
Oh man, what a fun name. Yeah, it's I had another character that I created years ago called War Angel, and I just like that juxtaposition of like this hard and soft, and the same thing with like Hell Witch. I'll give you a little trick if you're an aspiring storyteller and you're looking for a cool name. I'm always trying to get this rhythm. Dump truck, dump truck. It's just got like you know, not these subtle names. You know, it's like Lady Death. You know, it's got boom boom.
The double
Evil
pepper.
Attorney, boom boom boom. So yeah, so Hell Witch. It's got that nice. There you go.
So, quick question, artist for Deathzilla is?
That was
Stephen Butler?
done by Stephen
Stephen Butler.
After Herb Trimpe. Herb is acknowledged on the cover, and it was colored by Cece De La Cruz, and the graphic design is by Dan Feldmeyer. So it really is the team that brought that cover to life.
And they do a lot of our homage covers,
Yes,
along with
Stephen
Moran.
Butler bust them out.
Yeah.
And it's weird because he also did this one as well, so you can see how his art style can really just expand.
Yeah, his range is pretty cool. Let's
Yeah.
take a look.
So we're sold out of the book, but we do have the print left.
Get the
So you
print
can
on
get that
that.
ladydefstore.com, ladydefstore.com.
So check this out, same artist. So he
Yes.
does have the ability to ape styles, kind of reproduce different styles. So the original artist on this was J.G. Jones, and then the other one was Herb Trimpe. Well, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say it's passed.
Yeah, I was really bummed to hear that. I always wanted to sign one of my Godzilla comics for
I'm
Marvel era.
pretty stoked, man. I got to meet him a couple times. I got him to sign some stuff. It was nice. You know, it's kind of crazy meeting people whose work just means so much to you. I don't even know what to say sometimes, you know? I mean,
So you get dumbfounded
Yeah.
because you have the
So-
fan in you.
yeah, sometimes I really do. I mean, you know, I've had a pretty funny, kind of a blessed life, and I've worked with like, you know, big name actors and stuff, and it hasn't quite impressed me. But through the years, like I met Frank Miller, and I'm sort of like, you know, Francisca's just like, you know, vibing with Neil Gaiman and Frank Miller. Neil was easier. I mean, I met him as a fellow professional, and I was less familiar with his work, to be honest with you. But like Miller is sort of like the whole thing for me. So I'm just sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah, him and Alan Moore changed the whole direction of the industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Miller's quite a monumental talent. So sometimes, like Jack Kirby, again, there's so much meaning for me. I don't even know how to vocalize it. So when I was a kid going to cons as a fan, I remember seeing Jack Kirby, and I'm like, oh my God, Jack Kirby. And then I couldn't quite get up the gander to say anything. So instead, what I just did is like I kind of got nearby and overheard his conversation. That's about all I could kind of
Classic kid move.
So you were, see, and this is what's cool is all of us are fans that work here. We all have our own little nicks and stuff we enjoy. I like monster stuff.
Yeah.
Brian's into just about everything horror and monster and
And rock and
metal,
roll.
rock and roll.
Right.
But yeah, it is funny because you see these people at shows, and sometimes you're at after parties, and you're just like, what do I say? You just the words just come out. You're just like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, and sometimes that doesn't even come out.
Yeah, it's weird as if like, you know, the first batch of things I'd have to say, I think I did this with somebody. Oh, okay, so I've known James O'Barr as a peer and as a friend for years, but I really do hold the Crow as like, for me, the Crow is The Watchmen.
That's a beautiful.
Like people really hold The Watchmen up as, in a certain way, or The Dark Knight Returns, and I respect that. But for me, like the Crow is my Watchmen. So a couple of years ago, I'm one of the co-owners of Tucson Comic Con. We had James out, and it's like, you know, something I've always wanted to say for years. I just need to get this out. It's like, and I expressed that to him. I'm like, you know, dude, your work for me, blah 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 blah. You know, I just expressed it. I just got to say that. I was like, okay, cool. Now we can go back to just being friends.
Tim wants to know if you've done a Creature from the Black Lagoon homage.
We haven't. You know, I kind of grapple with cross-gender
Creature.
Well, I've done it with Doctor Strange. I don't know how do you make the creature and Lady Death beautiful? Like those are hard. You know, that's sort of hard for me. So we haven't done monstery stuff with Lady
Yeah.
Death. You know.
Says the bride.
The Bride, yeah.
We've done the Bride for sure.
We did the Wolf Man.
You're right. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seem
That
to
was a little
tackle it.
weird.
I mean, I guess we should give it a try.
That sounds difficult.
Give it a shit. Yeah, it would be difficult.
I mean, that isn't to say, you know, I mean, look, honestly, I'm a regular person, right? I go for the easier route 1st. You know, Doctor Strange, Lady Death, okay, easy, makes sense, but like, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Lady Death, I mean, we all love him, but it's like, not really associated with beauty. He likes beauty, the creature
He's
likes
attracted
beauty.
to it.
Yeah.
Another question, just real fast, was are you ever gonna do like a Funko Pop?
Well, so far, a Funko Pop has not come together. And I think in years past, we approached them and they passed, but we haven't bothered to approach them in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I've just noticed historically they haven't done independent comic characters. So, I mean, I'd have to say if we ever could get a deal going, you know, we could probably do several hundred Lady Deaths, if only because of the costumes. Now, we have done a Funko Pop cover of Lady Death, which is quite tremendous. And we are doing a Funko Pop cover for La Muerta for her next Kickstarter.
So a comic book
A
cover,
comic
guys,
book cover, flat.
so far.
Sort of like this. This is
But Funko.
not an actual action figure, but it's a cover. Yeah, so of course we'd be open-minded to. We do have other license type deals, statues with other companies, Diamond Select Toy, Executive Replicas, but so far Funko has not happened with us. But I am open to it being possible.
Oh yeah, Joker reminded us he says he still needs to get that mummy cover you did. Remember that one of
Gotta be
Mummy.
true, the Living
Yeah.
Mummy, right?
Yeah.
Supernatural Tales number 11. Very cool.
Are those sold out? Those
They're otherwise sold out to my knowledge. Yeah, these are we're dealing with probably the last two that we had.
'cause I was like, I think I might buy one.
Right on.
Your name's in the bucket.
I got one chance.
One
chance.
chance.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna sign off here on YouTube.
Thank
So
you,
funny.
thank you so much. We're going to talk to you later. Please stay tuned to Coffin Comics TV on YouTube for a whole series of panels that are going to happen throughout today and tomorrow. So thank you so much, everybody.
More to come.
LateFstore.com, LateFstore.com.